Many years have passed, and we still have done nothing to improve the state we are in today. We are forced to hate a made-up enemy. We are shunned when we are asked detailed questions. Only an insane person would let September the 11th to go by unmarked. Today we mark our calendars for the 7th anniversary of one of the most historic tragedies ever to happen in the United States history. What has changed and what has stayed put since then? Have we become a nation united against a false enemy? Or have we woken up and realized the dangers we put ourselves through? Knowledge is light and ignorance is death. This quote was said by a wise and noble man by the name Muhammad, peace be upon him. Ignorance is the cause to the chaos that overtook this country after 9/11. The average American citizen is fed lies and is led to believe whatever they see or hear. Many of us would rather gather our news from mainstream media rather than research it for ourselves. Laziness. We have become the literal meaning of the term couch potato. More than 97% of Americans are watching TV, and less than 3% are reading books. Subliminal messages and advertisements full of propaganda is more than enough to poison someone's mind. The very small percentage of Americans that are beginning to wake up to the lies are being hidden and are being kept silent. Why is it that we only wish to hear what we are programmed to hear? Yes, programmed, because that's exactly what they succeeded in doing, programming the minds of the innocent American people. September 11th, I was in class. It was the beginning of the school year. My mother appeared suddenly in our school and took us home early. As I looked out the car window, angry eyes glared at me and objects were thrown at us. I was beyond astonished. I was surprised. I didn't even know what had happened yet, and I was already being hated. I got home and rushed to turn the TV on. I saw the towers on fire, and then they collapsed. At the time, the sight was convincing and scary, and I believed everything the TV said. How would a 10-year-old be able to see through the lies when a grown adult couldn't see at the time? Despite this, I refused to swallow the biased propaganda that was generated since then. When the Iraq War began, that only added to my anger and disbelief. Why has the American people allowed this to happen? Why didn't they see what I and my family saw? I would go out in the streets only to be stared at and only to be sweared at. People would wave to me with one finger, and in the wintertime, we had ice thrown at us. I concluded that all Americans are sleeping and they are hating the wrong people. At first, these reactions discouraged me a lot. I despised going to the grocery store because I didn't wish to be called disgusting names. Later on, I learned to ignore and my confidence grew much stronger. I just wished that at least the average American teenager knew that I am also like them, an American teenager. 7 years. 7 years later, and the number of innocent people being killed is increasing. 7 years later, and the Americans are still in a deep hibernation, and some are even in a coma. 7 years later, and we are still a very divided nation indeed. More people need to open their eyes, heart, and mind to what is really happening. This speech is given in tribute to those who lost their lives that morning on September the 11th, 2001. I honor those who seek to bring out the truth about this historic tragedy, and I hope you enjoyed listening. Thank you very much. Salam. Peace.